Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca, live Barcelona news. Coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we'll be doing a full match preview for the second leg of Barcelona's Europa League tie against Napoli. Of course, the first one ended 1-1. I had some feelings about it. If you saw the reaction video, I kind of laid into Torres a little bit, but I'm still optimistic about the second leg. I think Torres, as well as our other youngsters, have a very bright future, and we're going to shake off the results of that first leg. 21 shots, only 5 on target. We're going to move on from that. We're going to get more of what we saw in that match against Valencia. Smiles across the board, goals galore. That's the trend that we're going towards here. So again, in today's episode, we will be talking all about Napoli versus Barcelona in the second leg. Barcelona going to Napoli in this one. So that's what we're going to be discussing in today's episode of Wake Up in Barca. Of course, if this, there we go. Of course, if this is your first time here, I want to invite you to join the Undefeated community. We are here live 3 days a week on Wake Up in Barca, covering the Barcelona headlines coming out of the camp now. We have a little bit of caffeine, catch up with each other in the Culers in the Stash Squad. And then we're also here for all the Barcelona matches. I do the live commentary. You get to participate in the chat with Culers from around the world as we support the Blaugrana. So welcome, subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation, and let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John. All right. We are here, we're live, we're covering Barcelona news. Folks, the squad list is out. And not really any surprises in this one. I was hoping we were going to see Memphis, but not the case. Outside of that, like I said, no surprises. We're going to go over a potential starting 11. We'll talk predictions. And of course, we'll go over any news that has come out in the last couple of days. We want to make sure that we got all the up-to-date information for our match preview. So that's what we're going to be getting to today. I want to first turn and say my good mornings to the chat, to the Stash Squad. How we doing, folks? How we feeling today? Kudos coming in with teasing Kyle Cash right off the bat. I love it. Prashanth, good morning. Dimitar, hello, sir. Hector, hello, hello. Professor, good morning to you, sir. Good to see you again. Andrese, hello, how we doing? Coming in with predictions for Atletico and Man United. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun match, I'll tell you what. Neither team has tremendous defense. That could end up being like a 3-2, a 4-2, something like that. Kyle Cash, of course, in the house. How we doing, sir? Anybody else? Ayush, of course, the Stash Mod is here with us. And Greg, good morning, sir. Good morning to everybody. No worries, Kyle. Do what you got to do. I appreciate you being in here. So, folks, Napoli, Barcelona, leg 1. Let's maybe do a little recap before we get into talking about leg 2. Let's go Barcelona fixtures. Yes, I did mean that. We'll jump over here. We'll take a look at Barcelona 1, Napoli 1. Big thing to point out, folks. Like I said, 21 shots, only 5 on target. All right, a lot of those missed opportunities came from Ferran Torres, like I said, but I got a lot of faith in the kid. I really do. I gave him a hard time live during the match, but thinking about it afterwards, just the fact that he got himself in those positions, created those opportunities, it'll be all right. The finishing will come. It'll get there. 67% possession for the Blaugrana, 741 passes. Absolutely incredible compared to the 374 that we saw from Napoli. 88% passing accuracy, pretty high on the fouls. 14 fouls, not what we wanted to see from a defensive effort. Overall, the match went in Barcelona's favor for a majority of the 90 minutes. But every time we got the ball out on the wings, Napoli did a tremendous job of keeping their defense compact, keeping them disciplined, and not allowing particularly Adama Traore to get space out on that right wing and cause the chaos that he's typically causing our opponents. So, in this upcoming match, Is Xavi going to change up the tactics? Is he going to go for Dembele over Adama? Those are some of the questions that we'll have. We'll get to predicting a starting 11 at first. But first, I want to turn to the chat. Knowing what we know about the first leg, the shots were there. We just couldn't get them on frame. Does Xavi need to change the tactics or the lineup at all going into this second leg? That's my question for the chat. We'll get some thoughts, and then we'll dive into a potential starting 11 here in just a few minutes. SK, good morning. Mubash, hello, hello. Ovi, good morning to you, sir. Yes, Serena kit for Napoli match. I know people feel like this is a kit that gives us bad energy, bad juju, bad luck, but I don't think that's the case. Yes, we've had some bad losses, but we've had some wins in this kit as well. It's not all negativity. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. Who else we got in here? Ernest, hello, hello. Says, maybe if you finally remove the drink can from the keyboard, it might cause a butterfly effect and Barca might get consistent results. The drink can from the keyboard. I don't know what you mean by that. Well, over my head. Josh Hunt, how we doing, sir? Digi is also with us. Takir, good morning. How we doing? I love the Kyle Kudus connection. One of my favorite connections here on the Stash Squad. The Kyle Kudus, or the Cash Kudus connection. Zane, good morning to you. How we doing? Lindo Kule, hello, hello. Folks, if this is your first time joining us or if you're new to the channel, make sure you introduce yourself. We are a tight-knit community here on the Undefeated channel. We get together, like I said, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, have a little bit of caffeine, catch up on the news, talk all things Barcelona as we start our day in a positive way. Nick is here with us. Hello, hello. Mubash, yes, we are conceding silly goals. You are absolutely right about that. In Monday's episode of Wake Up in Barca, we did a little breakdown of the goal that we gave up against Valencia. And I got to tell you, a lot of it similar to what we saw against Napoli and the goal that we gave up there. The center of the pitch, not marking well enough, and ball watching. A cross is coming in. Let me just watch it sail in. And headed in, deflected, and there's a rebound. And maybe I should go for it. Maybe I shouldn't. No, right? Marking, ball watching, gotta improve. Gotta improve that. Some of that will be with helped out with having Araujo in this match. Am I wrong? Did he miss the first leg? Let me jump over. I could be wrong about that. My memory is not 100%. No, I am correct. Araujo was not available for that first leg. Okay, so folks, we're gonna be all right. If you look at the lineup we had, Mingueza started at right back. Right? Yes. Right? Yes. Mingueza started at right back. Dest came on eventually in the second half, but Garcia started, and then did he stay? Yeah, he played the 90 minutes. So we'll be okay. Araujo's coming back. Dembele might get a start in this one, folks. It might happen. But I think we're going to go Busi. Because I think, here's what happened. Since this match was on Thursday, and then we had Valencia coming up on Sunday, I'm pretty sure Xavi was prioritizing having some fresh legs for the weekend. So that's why you saw the lineup that we did. I think Dest is going to get a start. I think Araujo is going to get a start. I think Busquets goes back in the lineup. I think we're going to see something closer to what we saw against Napoli in terms of the lineups. I think it's going to be a little bit closer to this. PK, of course, will be in there for Garcia. Pedri will be in for Gavi. I'm hoping Adama will be in there for Dembele. But we did play phenomenal football. If you didn't see my reaction video, you can go back and watch that. We were outstanding. Outstanding for 45 minutes. Really good for the second 45 minutes. I'll say that. Greg says, depends if Xavi plays Aubameyang or Torres through the middle. M95, welcome back. How you doing? Ovi saying Dembele might get the start. Prashant, I just don't know. Dembele or Adama. There's an argument to be made that maybe you go Dembele because he gives you a little bit more versatility off the start, and then you bring in Adama in the second half with tired legs. Because you did see the second half against Napoli, Adama was able to break through a couple of times. Kyle Cash says, John, is there any way to get some closed captioning? Can't you turn it on your end? Is that a thing or no? Like, isn't there a closed caption button on your screen? I know you can't hear me right now, Kyle Cash, but I feel like there's a way to do that. I'll check. I'll look into closed captioning. It's not something that I can do right now, I don't think. Languages, caption. Nope. Can't do it right now. Kyle Cash, we'll get to that. That's a good suggestion for future episodes. We can take a look at that. But anyway, folks, I do want to turn and officially get to a predicted starting 11. Andrese says, I think we should leave out Ferran and play Dembele and Traore on both wings. Interesting. I don't think Xavi's going to do that. I don't see him benching Ferran Torres, particularly if you factor in the fact that he's a youngster who needs to build his confidence, and this is an excellent redemption match for Torres. I don't think you leave him on the bench. Oh, it's disabled, so I have to turn it on. Okay, I will work that out for the next match. My apologies to everybody who is trying to use closed captioning. Making myself a little note here. I think it's just a setting that I can turn on. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. So we'll get that squared away for next time. I hear you. I hear you, Kyle. I love when you guys call me Uncle John. Puts a smile on my face. It's a little Easter egg for, I don't know if you guys know the comedian Joey Diaz, but he very often, by his supporters, by his fan base, goes by Uncle Joey. So the fact that you guys call me Uncle John puts a smile on my face. It reminds me of the comedian Joey Diaz, and good vibes all around. So I appreciate everyone here, all my nephews in the Stash Squad. Love y'all very much. Okay, folks, let's do it. Let's talk about a potential starting lineup for Barcelona, but we're going to begin with who's unavailable. Ansu Fati, out, long-term injury. Same with Roberto and Umtiti. Langley and Memphis are supposedly close to coming back. Memphis did do some light training with the team this week, but is not match fit yet. Same with Balde, not match fit yet. Spending more time with Barca B at this point. But with Jordi Alba suspended for the next La Liga match, maybe you see him on the weekend. We'll see. Dani Alves not included in the Europa League squad. Disappointing, but I think it's a great opportunity for Serginho Dest to step up, show what he's made of. That gets us to a starting 11. Speaking of Serginho Dest, I think he gets the start in this second leg against Napoli. First leg was Mingueza in that right back position. I think we swap that around. Second leg, much more important, away from home. Maybe we're a little bit more defensive and we need that pace on the right-hand side. Either way, Dest, Araujo, Piqué, Jordi Alba playing in front of Ter Stegen. And then we go with the trusted midfield three, Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, all playing behind Ferran, Alba, and Adama. There will be some shouts for Dembele getting a start, maybe over Adama. Like I said, in the match over the weekend against Valencia, we had Dembele start on the right. There were a couple other changes. I don't think any of those will stick. I feel very confident that this is the 11 Xavi will go with outside of maybe Dembele over Adama. I can't see any other changes going on there. Gavi, he's just not quite ready to bump off Luke de Jong, Frankie de Jong or Pedri. Again, you could argue maybe put him on that left wing. Actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, that is also a possibility. Maybe Adama starts on the bench, maybe Ferran starts on the right, and Gavi starts on the left-hand side. I'll say that's, oh man, the more that I think about it and now that I'm looking at it, that might be it actually. That might be it, because it gives us the versatility on that left wing to go inverted, to be more of an attacking mid, drop in a little bit if needed. What do we think, folks? It's going to come down to Gavi, Dembele, or Adama. One of those three will get the start. The other two will be on the bench. Everybody else I'm confident about. Aubameyang gets a start. Torres gets a start. The young Pedri, Busquets. I'm sold on the back four. Ter Stegen, of course. So it's really just a question of who do you start in this one? Gavi, Adama, or Dembele? That'll be my question for the chat. We'll turn and get some thoughts. Who do you start in this one? Because I'm a little bit unsure. But the more that I look at this, this is probably going to be my lineup. Bring Adama and Dembele in off the bench later on in the match when that pace can really burn them. Because Napoli is going to be playing a more compact defense. It's not going to be the counter-attacking football that we saw against Valencia. It's going to be a little bit more tight, a little bit more disciplined. So we might have to have that tiki-taka option. Gavi dropping in underneath Aubameyang, or Torres swinging around to that left side at times. We'll see. What do we think, folks? Let's get some thoughts on the chat. Prashant says, have audio, but CC would be helpful for non-native English speakers. I hear you on that. I will get that going for sure. Note has been made. Greg says, the wingers will need to come back at times to help protect the fullbacks and double up on people. Adama seems more willing to do that than Dembele. You are not wrong about that. You're not wrong by any means. But having Serginho Dest at right back as opposed to Mingueza means that the defensive responsibility on the right wing isn't as important as it would be if we had a Mingueza, if we had a Dani Alves, because those guys don't have the pace that Serginho Dest does. Prashad says Adama seemed to struggle when he's subbed in the middle of the match. I think it's only happened once, right? It was against Valencia, who had already kind of started changing their tactics a little bit. We were having a rougher time at it in the second half. Prashant says Gavi, Abba, and Dembele, or Dembele, Abba, and Adama. That's the question. That is the question. Ovi says, let's go Ferran, Abba, and Dembele. Ernest gives Adama a shout. Andrese says, like your lineup with Ferran and Gavi. I think that's going to be it. Because here's the thing. If you go with that, then you have the possibility of, off the bench, you could bring Dembele in on either wing. You could bring Adama in, honestly, on either wing. But Adama would go right. Dembele could go left. Nico could come in the midfield if we needed him. We'd still have Luke de Goat if we wanted to throw in a striker. You know what I'm saying? Abde is not available for this, actually. Let me scoot him over. My apologies. He's not available for this match. So that's what we're looking at, folks. I think I'm feeling confident about this. I'm feeling confident about the starting 11. Initially, like I said, I had Adama in there on the right, Ferran on the left. But sitting here thinking about it, talking about it out loud, I think it's going to be Gavi. That's what I'm thinking. Hollow the Reaper, love the name, says Ferran, Abba, and Dembele. I don't think Xavi will make a change up front at this time. Well, here's the thing. Adama has been starting more matches recently than Dembele. Dembele just got his first start in a number of matches. Ernest says Nico is better in the single pivot than De Jong. I don't know how you can say that. Neither of them have played a single pivot yet this year. It hasn't happened. Anytime that De Jong or Nico is asked to play any sort of pivot role, it's always dual. They're never left alone the way that Busquets has been left alone. So I'm not sure how we get to that conclusion. Andrese says Gavi in attack looks good and has decent enough IQ in setting up and pressing. His press is unbelievable. Gavi's defensive pressure in the attacking third when we lose the ball, tremendous. Gavi, Aubameyang, Torres could do a little bit better. Dembele, not so much. Adama has good pressure. Pedri also, when he's caught upfield, more in that number 10 position at times, right there with the attacking pressure when we lose the ball. That is so true to the Barcelona DNA. If you look back to the Pep Guardiola era, that was a consistent characteristic of his team. When we lose the ball, the rule was 8 seconds. For 8 seconds, you go as hard as you can to win the ball back. And if you don't win it back in those 8 seconds, then you fall back, get your defensive shape, and reset. But what we've seen in these last few matches, particularly as the players get more comfortable with Xavi's tactics, as they get up to his expectation in terms of fitness level, as we get fresh legs and we can rotate players, now we're starting to see that high pressure from Barcelona. Now we're starting to see the impact of Xavi football, and I'm loving it. Loving everything that we're seeing. Can we see who Xavi rested more in the last match? We can take a look here if we go over to Valencia. If we look at the bench, Ricky Puig did not play. Goatweight didn't play. Abde, who's unavailable, and of course our third string goalkeeper Teñas, excuse me, didn't play. So pretty much everybody that Xavi relies on got some playing time in this match against Valencia. Outside of Piqué, who was suspended, Dani Alves, who was suspended, pretty much everybody else got playing time. Ricky Puig, I don't think... I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if we did not sell Ricky Puig this summer. Maybe a loan, but I don't know, dude. If you think about the midfielders that have come up recently that we've sold off, I'm talking about Alenia, I'm talking about Rafinha and others. He's more in that boat. He'll probably get loaned out. Denis Suarez, another example. We've had plenty of midfielders labeled the next Xavi, the next Iniesta, and it doesn't work out. Ricky Puig is going to be one of those. So I can only imagine he'll be sold this summer. Unfortunately, Goatweight also going to be sold this summer. Luke de Jong might stick around, though. I got a lot of faith that Luke de Jong's going to stick around and do some good things for Barcelona. I got a lot of faith in that. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Who knows? Who knows? What else, folks? What else do we need to cover going into... Here, and we'll hop on Twitter, see if there's anything else we need to cover going into today's match. I did want to point out this headline from one of the Catalonia magazines calling Dembele a puzzle, an enigma. He still says he wants to stay at Barcelona. He says he wants to play for the Blaugrana. But I always say this. When it comes to Dembele, actions speak louder than words. You can say you want to stay at the club all you want, but if your salary demands, if your compensation demands within your contract isn't reasonable for Barcelona, if you aren't willing to sign a contract that Barcelona can afford, then again, actions speak louder than words, Dembele. Show me through your actions that you want to be at Barcelona. Because right now what I'm seeing is someone who doesn't recognize that they owe Barcelona money for missing out on more than half of the matches that they should have been available for over the last 4 years. Dembele should be writing Barcelona a check and say, hey, I'm sorry, here's some money back, put that towards other players, I'll play for a discounted salary for the next couple of years. That's what you should be doing, Dembele. Okay? Now, obviously, easy for me to sit here and say, take a pay cut. But you've gotten plenty of money. You've received plenty of compensation from Barcelona for doing just above nothing. So, Dembele, get just... You know what I mean? I don't even have the words at times to talk about Dembele. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. Other players are talking to him. Aubameyang is telling him, stay. There was a picture on Twitter that I saw of Dembele talking to Ilaish Mariba after the Valencia match. Ilaish Mariba, of course, last summer was like, pay me money. We said no. He goes to Red Bulls, didn't like it. Goes to Valencia, doesn't like it. I think Dembele is going to hit that summer transfer market and go, nobody wants to pay me what I'm asking. Do I want to take less money and go to a different club, or should I have just signed the contract that Barcelona actually offered me? Problem is, if you come back to us now, that offer ain't there, Dembele. That offer is gone. That ship has sailed. That ain't happening. Now you get whatever secondary offer we give you if you come crawling back. Who knows? Who knows if that'll actually happen? I certainly don't know. I'm tired of talking about it. I can tell you that. Tired of talking about it. And the fan base is very split. particularly on TikTok. I posted a clip of reacting to the Frankie de Jong goal, which was assisted by Dembele. And in that clip, I really downplay my energy every time I say Dembele. So I'd be like, oh, Frankie de Jong scores the goal, and it was assisted by Dembele, and it was blah, blah, blah. Right? So that triggered a lot of people. There's a lot of conflict in the Camp Nou, community for the Culers about what to do about Dembele. Part of me doesn't want to fully go in hard because, yes, there's a slim chance, less than 1%, that he'll still be wearing the Blaugrana kit next season. But I don't want to completely burn that bridge, even though he's trying his best. Get what I'm saying? Anyway. Vipula, good morning. Kuda says Luke might be the best to sell in the bag. We are not going to sell Luke. Don't want to do it. Ernest says Braithwaite is underrated. Sure, I just don't think he's going to get an opportunity with the firepower that we have, particularly when you think about Memphis coming back from injury, Ansu coming back from injury. Goatweight isn't getting playing time with those guys out. So once they're back, it's not going to happen. Aubameyang, Luke, Ansu, Memphis, those are all number 9s that would get time before Goatweight. You know what I'm saying? Jamali, hello. Says, got a good question. What is your question, Jamali? Says, Dembele needs to be sacked. Adama is already good. Sure, there was conversation of sending Dembele to the stands, but didn't happen. Xavi wants to use him, so he's there. I might need to pre-record some audio for Dembele, sure. What do I think Barca are going to for Anthony? I would rather have Rafinha from Leeds. I don't know if we're going to be going for any wingers. I think we have plenty of talent on the wings. So we'll see. Is De Ligt a good choice for Barca? Probably, maybe. Depends on a transfer fee. Depends on a salary. We'll talk about all those transfers over summer. I try not to talk about them right now because it's nothing but rumors. It's nothing but speculation. And we've got all summer to talk about transfer rumors. It is what it is. A Dembele button. Oh, no. Oh, no, Kudus. You're giving me ideas. Shouldn't happen. Anyway, folks, we're going to wrap up on that. I want to thank everyone for starting your day with me, for coming in and hanging out for another episode of Wake Up in Barca. Again, for those of you that are just joining us, I want to invite you to join the undefeated community, be a part of the Stash Squad. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday covering that live Barcelona news, having a little caffeine while we catch up on the Camp Nou headlines and get our day going. And then we're live for all the Barcelona matches. I do commentary. You participate in the chat with Culers from around the world. And we are going to be live tomorrow. Napoli versus Barcelona, Leg 2. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going live about 30 minutes before that, so convert that for your time zone. We'll be here talking lineup predictions, all that good stuff. Speaking of predictions, since I didn't get it in just yet, and we'll wrap up on this, I'm going 1-0 Barcelona. It's going to be a tight, hard-fought match, compact defense from Napoli, playing at home, a Serie A squad, very stereotypical of Serie A. It's going to be tight. I'm going 1-0 Barcelona. Goal from Aubameyang. Let's get it. All right. To see if I'm right or not, you're going to have to come and hang out Thursday. Like I said, kickoff at 3 o'clock. We'll be live 30 minutes before that. I hope to see you all there. If not, I'll see you Friday morning for Wake Up in Barca. My friends, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm very blessed to have started my day with you here on Wake Up in Barca. I love you all very much, and I will see you soon. All right? Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see y'all next time. Mwah.